Ecclesiastes 3rd chapter, again at verse number 1. Thank my family for being here on tonight. Thank God I say every minister here on tonight. When you have Ecclesiastes, we ask that you would stand if you can, strength and embrace it. A time to gain and a time to lose, a time to keep, a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, it's only a matter of time.
A matter of time.
It's only a matter of time. Talk to you tonight from the subtopic of wasted time. I want to tell you on tonight, Oak Grove and friends, that as we begin to close out this revival, I want to let you know that time is very important in our lives. I believe if you begin to think about it, a lot of us will waste a lot of time throughout the day. I want to let you know that there's a lot of things that you can be late for. But here in life, we can't control time. I want to tell you, I have a problem sometimes with getting to work on time. It just seems like when you get up, it's hard getting going sometimes. But the writer here tonight, who's talking to us tonight, this is a letter here from King Solomon. Solomon, one of the wisest, most richest kings in Israel. He's beginning to tell us that time cannot be taken for granted. I'm beginning to think, if you think about it, a lot of us have taken time for granted. A lot of people think that they're going to be here forever. I want to let you know there's only a matter of time before Christ cracks the sky and we have to return with him. I want to let you know that time is important on tonight. I want to let you know, if you thought you were going to be here forever, at some point in our life, we all have to go. You cannot, that's something that can't be canceled. You can schedule doctor's appointments and cancel them and reschedule it, but there's some things that cannot be canceled in life. So I want to let you know in this season that time is important. If you begin to think about it, all the things that's going on in the world, I believe that somebody will tell you that time is almost at hand. There's a concept that we don't like to talk about, but it's very important on tonight. But I'm glad on tonight that God gave us a chance to get it right with him. I'm glad that he did not take us out when we deserved it, but he kept us here on tonight. I want to let you know we talked about people across this week who had been very messed up in their life, but God gave them that time to get it right with him. I believe if we would go back and we visit, if we go to Isaiah and we begin to visit with Hezekiah, he would tell you that time is important. That's right. I believe if you would begin to think about it, when Isaiah told Hezekiah to get his house in order, he said that he turned his face to the wall and he realized that, his time was almost up. And he had to do something to get it right with God. So it said he begins to remind God that, Lord, I did all of these things for you. Yes, sir. He understood that he needed more time for God. Yes. He didn't know how much he was getting, but God said, go back, Isaiah, and tell him that I'm going to grant him 15 more years. Yes. I want to let you know that time is something that can't go back. It can't jump forward, but it begins, it progresses, and it won't stop for anybody. Yes. And so I don't care if you messed up, but you can't go back and change it. Yes. Only thing you can do is move forward. That's right. Solomon begins to tell us that here is that he said, to everything there's a season. Yeah. A time for every purpose under heaven. Yes, sir. When you're talking about time that's fixed, that means that everything is predetermined. It's not able to be changed by us. And there's a lot of people who think they have control. They think that they have time to get it right. But God is saying on tonight, why you got time right now? Yes. You need to go ahead and do what you can to get it right with me. Yes. And so this season that God is talking about on on tonight. That means there's a time that's already appointed by him.
That's right.
I'm going to tell you something that you've never seen the seasons change. It's the same every year.
That's right.
You got winter, spring, summer, and fall. They don't change. They don't add another season in there. It may feel like it sometimes in Mississippi. But we ain't got no added season in there. But there's only 4 seasons on tonight.
Yes.
And those seasons do not change.
That's right.
It's going to come at the same time every year. And it may last a little bit longer, but it's still going to leave.
Yes.
I want to tell you on tonight that on today, time cannot be changed.
That's right.
But this first point is time is important.
Yes.
I believe you begin to read the words of Solomon on tonight. What he was saying, he said everything else is worthless on tonight.
Yes.
If you living apart from God. See, some people think they have time to go out and party, and they think they have time to do their own things. They think they have time to sin and do the things that are wrong. And you say, I can get it right later. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of people laying in the graveyard right now who thought they had time to get it right. But if you will begin to take inventory, you will take advantage of the time that's been given to you. And so I want to tell you on tonight that our time is not God's time.
That's right.
You know, sometimes it seems like it's taking a long time to get there, but sooner or later, it'll get there. And so, as I said, why do the seasons stay the same? Is because as the earth spins, it says that the earth begins to rotate, but the sun remains unchanged on tonight. I want to let you know it's the sun in our life also that remains unchanged.
That's right.
That sun is Jesus on tonight. And he should be the center of all of our lives.
That's right.
And so here it is, the earth rotates, which is why we have each season. But if you begin to think about it, that, you know, a lot of people try to fill the voids in their life, but the time in their life, they begin to try to fill it with different things. Some people turn to alcohol and houses and cars, and they try to find it in women and men. But I want to let you know tonight, the only way that you can fill the void is if you fill it with Jesus. Or you feel empty sometimes. People think that they can find it in different places, but I want to tell you, you can't find it at the bottom of the liquor bottle. You can't find it in medication. You can't not find it in people, but you can find it in Jesus. And I'm telling you, on tonight, he's still good. On tonight. If you begin to think about it, I like what Solomon was saying here, because he was letting us know that his second point is each season will be different. I want to tell you that no season is the same in your life. It can be different from one day to the other. I'll tell you that some people would say that some days they're up and then other days they're down. And some days they're cheerful, and then some days they're mourning. I want to tell you that some days you're feeling good in your body, but then other days you're feeling bad. No season is going to be the same in your life. But the one constant that we all have is that you keep your eyes on Jesus. He never changes up on you on tonight. Some people in the season of your life, you're going to go through sickness, heartaches, and pain. You're going through financial problems. Your kids are going to be acting up. You're going to go through some death, and you're going to have some mourning in your family. It's all going to continue to change in your life. But there's some things in your life, some people say, I'd rather not go through it. You know, that's the same way the seasons of life. See, there's some seasons that we just want to avoid. Some people say they're a summer person, some people winter people. It's just some seasons that we don't like, but we got to go through them. We can't change them, we can't avoid them, you can't hibernate through them, you got to go into it straight forward. You got to meet it head on and go through life seasons of tonight. If you visit Job on tonight, Job would tell you that he had to go through some mess in his life. That Job started going through everything at once. His children died. His cattle and his donkey were killed. And it said that, you know, after everything else was done, he was afflicted with boils. I'll tell you tonight. But he said, though he slay me, yet still will I trust. And then he went and told me, he said, man that is born of a woman of a few days is full of trouble. Somebody will tell you they've been having problems ever since they were born. You've been going through some things. It seems like you thought when you were a kid that you had it good, but now that you're an adult, you got trouble in your life. I want to tell you that you're going to go through some changes in life seasons. But I'm trusting and depending on the saving God. One who can cause us to be comfortable in each life season. And so here it is. If you begin to look seasons again. There's some who have longer days and some seasons that have longer nights. And I know you feel like that sometimes in your life. And as we talked about Paul the other day, we said that the sun refused to shine, the stars refused to shine. It just seemed like it was dark there on that ship. I want to tell you in life's journey that sometimes it just seems dark and you seem gloomy along the way. It seems like everything is going out of control. And you feel like giving up sometimes, but just hold on. Your time is coming on tonight. Begin to tell you that if you begin to think about winter is one of the coldest seasons. But then during winter, it says that the trees become bad. Watch this, son. Sometimes, in winter, we get some heavy snowfall, and in South Mississippi, we get some ice, and sometimes we get blizzards in this winter, and sometimes you feel like that in your life. It seems like this snow is just falling in your life. Sometimes that's something you feel like you're going through some of your coldest seasons of your life. You say, I can't wait till it gets spring because it begins to warm up and everything begins to grow. It just seems like sometimes in your life you got some growth in your life and you're being rewarded for your good deeds. You're being rewarded in your life, but then some things begin to happen. But I want to tell you, even in spring, that the rain still falls. I never seen it not rain in spring, and also spring is when we have all of the tornadoes. I want to tell you that even in the most beautiful season, you still got some troubles in those seasons. So he begins to tell me, even in summer, that's one of the hottest seasons right now we're going through. Brings extreme heat, and don't you just feel like sometimes your feet are to the fire on tonight?
Yes, sir.
Don't you feel like it's just some hurricanes that's brewing in your life?
Yes, sir.
Some things are about to come in and blow you down, and some things are coming in and they're just spinning out of control and messing up some things on tonight.
Yes.
But then you say you got to fall.
Yes, sir.
You begin to see that the leaves will start to fall.
Yes.
Things will start to grow brown in your life.
Yes.
You have some loss and you have some gain on tonight.
Yes.
But I want to tell you that even in this,
Yes, sir.
when we were sinners and we were saved by grace, God began to make everything perfect.
Yes.
Watch this. And you begin to look here at what Solomon was saying. Solomon began to talk and he began to point out the good and the bad. I want to tell you that you're going to have some good and some bad times in your life. You cannot avoid it on tonight.
Yes, sir.
In life season, there's going to be some up, there's going to be some down, but just hold on.
Yes, sir.
It's only a matter of time before things start to get better.
Yes.
Solomon begins to point out everything, but the thing about it is that what he was trying to point out is that your season is only temporary.
Yes, sir. That's right.
You may have some heartaches and pain right now, but just hold on.
Yes, sir.
Hold on tonight because it's only temporary.
Yes, sir.
What you're going through on tonight.
Yes.
You can sit in the pity party if you want to. You can cry if you want to. You can get in despair if you want to, but just hold on. It's only temporary. I believe that in this time that the seasons are changing and it's about to get better in my life. Yes, if I hold on.
Yes, sir.
I got to take full advantage of my season because I know I serve a saving God. And because I serve him, he don't work on my time, but he comes through right on time.
Yes, sir.
And then what Solomon was telling you on tonight is there got to be a reason for your seasons.
Yes, sir.
Some seasons just come to make you better on tonight.
Yes.
Some seasons come to make you stronger on tonight.
Yes, sir.
He's trying to make you become a better person on the other side. There's a reward waiting for you in life's next season. It's just a matter of time before it comes through.
Yes, sir.
Solomon begins to point out on tonight.
Yes, sir.
If you begin to count it, he says 28 things on here on tonight about life season.
Yes, sir.
Solomon tells me that. He said it's a time to be born.
Yes.
The time to die.
Yes,
Birth is one of the happiest things in life.
yes, sir.
Birth, you throw baby showers, you do all these things, you be happy, and people bring you gifts, but I want to let you know that people bring you gifts also when you die. There has some flowers there at your side, but I'm just telling you that even though you're born, at some time you got a point where you got to lay across this altar. You got a point where you got to meet your maker. And when you got to give an account for your own stewardship on tonight. Then he tell me it's a time to be planted and a time to pluck up what is planted. Oh, have you ever planted some things in your life? Oh, there's great joy in watching it grow on tonight. But I want to let you know they can't stay in the ground, but you got to harvest it up on tonight. Oh, God has allowed some things to grow in this season. God has planted some things in you, but now it's almost time for it to bloom. Now it's time for you to become better. I can't wait till that season comes. Because he's going to pull up what's planted. I want to let you know that even when you go down into the grave, that one day you're going to have to rise up again. He's going to raise you up, and if you're going to be caught up with him, I want to see that day on tonight. But then he goes on to tell you there's a time to kill. And there's a time to heal. Watch this. That in war, sometimes you got to do some things you don't want to do. Sometimes you're going to have to kill some people in this war, but there's also going to be a time that when you're wounded, it's a time to heal. So everything I've seen, that when you get a scar, you got to end up healing it. When you get afflicted, you got to end up healing. See, some people are still living in your past season. You still holding on to past hurt. You still holding on to past relationship. You still holding on to past issues, but you got to heal sometimes. In order for you to get better, you got to heal in life season. I know they did you wrong. I know they stabbed you in your back. I know they talked about it. I know they persecuted you, but you got to heal on tonight. In order for you to be the best person that God has called it, for you to be. Somebody say, I can't march into my new season holding on to my past stuff. So I know I can't turn back the hands of time, but I can do better on tonight. You ought to be able to thank God on tonight for your past season, because it's made you into the person who you become on tonight. See, sometimes you got to go through some heartaches and pain in order to be better. You got to go through some hurt sometimes in order to be better. So there's a time to heal. And he told me, he said there's a time to break up. And a time to build up. Watch this, it's time to break down. Time to build up. Look. Some people love relationships, but look, and sometimes you got to get out of that relationship. I know it may hurt you, I know it may not feel right, but sometimes you got to break down some things. Some stuff is not meant for you to hold on to. Begin to tell me that then there's some time to build up. So here it is, he's telling Solomon, look, he said, look, I can tear down some walls. But then I can also build some stuff up on tonight too. I want to tell you that they never thought the walls of Jericho would fall, but they had to fall in order for God to build up his kingdom. Israel had to go through some things in order for God to build them up on tonight. He had to tear them down first to their lowest point so they can learn who to depend on in that season. But he ended up building them up, and what did they do? They walked into the promised land. It may be inconvenient for you on tonight, but God needs to tear some stuff down in your life in order to build you back up. But then Solomon goes on to say there's a time to weep and a time to laugh. What is he talking about? He said there's a time to cry. Look, you can't be crying over everything in your life. But sometimes you got to get some joy. I know there's some stuff that hurts you. Go ahead and cry temporarily, but then you let that hurt go. And you can rejoice because God is going to give you a new thing on tonight. So here it is that, he did tell me that there's a time to mourn and a time to dance. What are we talking about? He said, sometimes you're going to lose some stuff and you're going to be sad about it. That's just a normal reaction. Usually you'll see that at a funeral, but then later on in life, there's some time for you to dance. If you're at a wedding, you're at a graduation, you can begin to dance because that's a cheerful event. And so somebody's been mourning over some stuff in your life. Go ahead and do it for this season, but in your next season, come on now. You ought to let out your loudest shout because God brought you out on tonight. Begin to tell you that there's a time to cast away stone. A time to gather stone. What was Solomon talking about? He was talking about a builder on tonight. There's certain stone that you need for building, and some that you don't. Watch this. Maybe some pieces in your life that you don't need. Some stuff you need to get rid of. There's some imperfections that you need to get rid of in order to start to build some stuff up in this season. Some people would have never made it to the season that they're in now if they were holding on to the past stuff. There were some people in your life who did not need to be there. Everybody can go into this season with you. Everybody's not meant to be with you in this season. But leave some stuff in the past and let God build you up on tonight. So there's some materials that you need in order for God to build you up. And the ones that you don't need, you got to throw them away. He said there's a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. And so you got to know who to embrace and when not to embrace. Why I said, because everybody don't mean stuff for your good. Everybody's not on your side. There may be some people who smile in your face. But then they're stabbing you in your back. There's some people who don't need to be embraced on tonight. But God is telling you that there's a time to embrace. And then there's a time to refrain from embracing. Time to gain and a time to lose. So there's possessions along life way that you need to pick up. But then there's some other stuff that you need to lose along the way. God is saying, even with what he did with Job, he said, look, I understand that you lost all of this stuff, but you lost it for a reason. Because I need to work on that self-pride. I need to work on you, Job, on tonight. But what he said Job was blessed double for everything he went through. See, that somebody been crying because you lost some stuff along life's way. So what? You lost a house. So what? You lost some money. So what? You lost some things. But God is saying, I'm going to give you more than that. Because he said he can best be exceedingly abundantly more than what I can ever ask or think. If you're just still holding on to the past stuff, you'll never get what God wants you to have on tonight. You're hindering your own blessing on tonight. You don't even know it. So go ahead and let it go, because God is allowing you to gain something new on tonight. Set a time to keep away and a time to throw away. That's some stuff that's not serving you on tonight. But there's some things that's hard, so you got to pick up the things that serve you on tonight, but those things that's not, you got to throw it away. Then he tells me, he said, a time to tear and a time to sow. What are you talking about? See, there's some time you got to tear some stuff apart. But then there's some time you got to make some peace on tonight. Some people don't know the difference. Some people don't know because you've been talking too much. You got to know when to speak on tonight. See, there's some stuff that's not beneficial for you to be talking up on. Go ahead and stop talking and let God do the work. You got to know when to tear it down and then when to sew it back together. Hey, see, God, there's some people who think they're helping the situation, they actually be hurting stuff. Some people be running their mouth too much. Think they making peace, but then they actually tearing stuff up. You got to watch what you're saying on tonight. Let God do his work on tonight. Set a time to keep silent, and then a time to speak. Just learn how to be quiet sometimes. Stop talking all the time. Sometimes you'll talk yourself out of blessing. Sometimes you'll talk yourself out of the season that you need to be in. Sometimes you'll mess your own self up. Just be quiet and let God work on tonight. Then he goes on to say a time to love, time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. He said there's some time you got to have some godly love. And there's some time that you cannot. But then it tells it's time to fight. But then a time to bring together. See, that's the thing about the mark of a good Christian. You got to know and be able to discern these things and know when to do it. And some people are acting out of place. You got to know what God is trying to do in this season. But then this third point is God remains the same. If you begin to think about it, is that we can't control our seasons. But you can control your life. 1 Corinthians 15:58 tells me, therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast and immovable, Always abound in the work of the Lord. Knowing that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. If you begin to think about it, because, you know, a lot of people will change up on us, a lot of people will change, but God remains the same on tonight. So in this season, it's only a matter of time and you just begin to trust in God and focus on the one who controls our life. You will know that you have nothing to worry about on tonight. Because he'll come through in his own way, and because he's already predestinated on tonight. Because he's already ordained it on tonight. I don't have to worry about my life seasons because I know that he'll come through right on time. Hebrews 13:8 tells me that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. I want to let you know somebody's been worried about their life seasons on tonight. Go ahead and start crying about it because it's only a matter of time before God comes through. But then this fourth and final point is you have to manage your time. Listen, the thing about time is time that can be managed on tonight. It's possible to manage time. You have watches, you got calendars, you got your phone, you got all of this stuff to help you manage time. But some people just poor time managers. But you got to be able to know how to manage your time on tonight. As a Christian, you got to be able to know that how you manage your time is through Christ Jesus. The bigger you spend your time away from God, you've been caught up in the things of the world, you've been caught up in doing your own thing, but the way to manage your time tonight is getting your life centered in God. And I guarantee that all the time that you wasted, you wish that you never did it, because you'll find that the best thing is in Jesus on tonight. If you begin to think about it, I know I cannot get my time back, but I can make it up by doing better going forward. So there's somebody on tonight who's been worried about their life season. Somebody's been worried about the time in their life. But I want to let you know that there's a time and a season for everything on tonight. And it's already been predestinated and determined by God. If you go to 2 Corinthians 4:17, it tells me, for our light affliction is but for a moment. It's working for us. It's far more exceeding the external weight of glory. If you begin to think about it, see some people who've been worried about their life have said, well, I don't know if it's going to pay off right now. But can I tell you on tonight that it's only a matter of time. If you would just begin to think about it, you just let God control your life, and I believe he'll come through right on time. See, there's somebody who's been worried about some things in your life. But let me tell you on tonight that it's only temporary. Oh, bro, go ahead, I'm closing on tonight. But I'm going to let you know that God is in control of your life. And because he's in control of your life, you don't have to worry about your seasons. But God can control your time. I know you've been wanting to change some things in your life. Somebody say, I've been dealing with sickness and disease. I want to let you know that it's only temporary on tonight. So go ahead and have courage and faith on tonight to know that God is coming through on his own time. And when he comes through, it's going to be right on time. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor. Oh, neighbor, it's only a matter of time. I know you're wasting time in the world. But let me let you know tonight that God, he'll give you a reward at the end. Can I let you know if you begin to run for God, in this next season it will be your best season. Because he has a reward waiting for you. Is there anybody here home tonight that feels like running for God to see what the end is going to be like? Is there anybody here home tonight that's wasting some time in your life? Is there anybody here home tonight that wish you could turn back the hands of time? But I tell you on tonight that Christ is still the same God now and the same God forevermore. Is there anybody here on tonight that feels like running for Christ on tonight? I know you've been going through hell and hot water. I know you feel like there's some things that you can't manage on tonight.
But God will give you back time on tonight. He'll allow for you to get better on tonight. I know it can get better on tonight. Because if I run wrong, I can see what the end is going to be like. Is there anybody here on tonight that feels like running for Christ? Is there anybody here on tonight that know you made some mistakes in your life? But don't you know you can get better on tonight? How you know you can get better on tonight? Well, he told me I go to prepare a place for you. A place with many mansions. And if it were not so, I wouldn't have told you. He's going to prepare a place for me on tonight. But I'm glad I got time on tonight. Just to make it right with him. Because one day, I want to hear the welcoming voice say, well done. Thou good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things. But come on up, I'll make you ruler of many. Is there anybody here on tonight that feels like God can come through right on time? I want to let you know it's only a matter of time. You might be in life season. Somebody's been dealing with some things. You've been dealing with heartache and pain. But I tell you to hold on to the next season and watch God come through in a mighty way. Is there anybody here on tonight that feel like giving God some praise? Because you've been through some things in your life. So God can come through right on time. I know he can come through on time. But why you say that, preacher? But one day they stretch him wide. And they stretch him high. But then they said he hung his head until the loss of his shoulders and he died. Well, it was a bad season for him tonight. Yeah, they were saying we were lost in sin. But then they laid him down in an old borrowed shoe. And he stayed down that first day. They say he stayed down the second day. But then I heard somebody say, early morning, he got up with all power in his hand. Is there anybody on tonight that knows it's only a matter of time before God comes back and he cracks the spot? I thank God for my season because it made me a better person. I thank God for my season because it made me the person I was supposed to be. Is there anybody here on tonight that can praise God for your season on tonight? I know they're holding on to the past. God didn't let that hurt go on tonight. I know you've been holding on to the past thing. So God said in order to get to your new season, you gotta let some stuff go on tonight. I reminded of Moses on tonight. Before he could walk into the promised land, God said you did some stuff wrong. But I'll allow for you to look over on tonight. Somebody feel like you're at the brink of a new season. But you can't make it quite there yet. I tell you, don't go in the town. Hold on tonight. Because it's only a matter of time before God comes through. You've been crying at night, but it's only a matter of time. You've been weeping at night, but it's only a matter of time. Somebody told me on tonight that weeping may endure for a night, but God comes in the morning. You've been crying over your stuff. You've been shipwrecked in your life. You had some accidents in your life. You feel like giving up, but just hold on until the next season. I think God comes through in a big way. If you just hold on. Somebody say, hold on. Hold on. In your life, it's only a matter of time. Just hold on tonight. You've been crying over some things. You've been hurting over some things. But just hold on to see what the end is going to be like. I know the season has been hard for you. I know you felt like giving up. I know you felt like going in the town. But just hold on. It's only a matter of time before God comes through because he determines your time. Man doesn't determine your time. You don't determine your time, but when God comes through, the song says he's an on-time God. I just felt like holding on. Felt like running on to see what the end is going to be like. You've been crying at night. You've been giving up on some things. But go ahead and hold on. I don't care who gave up on you. I don't care what they said about you. Hold on until your next season. And watch God come through in a mighty way. I thank God on tonight. I tried him for myself. And I know he's all right on tonight. You ought to be able to praise God. I know somebody's been crying. I know somebody's been hurting. You ought to be praising God for your next season. gonna work this stuff on tonight. But you came to the right place. You came to the right person. You said you see something tonight. And somebody told you never fail. You've been wasting your time on working stuff. Start to find it. Job, start to find money, start to make more money. Gotta make it better. Gotta make it better, but you still find yourself in the world tonight. Somebody came in there to you. But I tell you that some stuff you gotta let go. Just like the season in our life, it didn't change. At some point you gotta get it together. But the one thing that remains the same. God. Things might change. Things might be temporary. They're gonna fade away. But the one thing that lasts is God. Why the Bible says you don't lay your treasures up on earth. Earthly things before, but he says, lay your treasures in. Focus your mind on everything. So, often like that, somebody might feel working you. Feel like you're just doing the work yourself. Oh, by no means, no tonight. Who's able? I know a man on tonight that gave me a mention on tonight. I know a man who was blessed with a robe and slippers. I know a man on tonight who's in the same trouble everlasting to everlasting. His name is Jesus on tonight. He's a true different man. I've been there, I've done it, I've taken the body. You didn't hurt like different things. Been there, done that. But God never changes. Even when the things that I see, He never changes your life. God remains the same. The same as all the